Welcome back to the 92nd Annual League of New Hampshire Craftsmen's Fair. I'm joined by a 25-year veteran of this fair who I'm sure you've seen. We're going to find out what brings him back and makes him a local legend. This is Garry Kalajian.
Well, actually, I first came to the fair 35 years ago when I came to New Hampshire from where I grew up in New Jersey. I had an interest in blacksmithing and pursued it as a hobby. And I came to the Craftsmen's Fair here, as I say, just a few months after I moved to New Hampshire. And I met who you might say was a blacksmithing legend at that time, David Court. And I spent some time at his space there where he was demonstrating, and he was very kind and charitable about helping me and advising me as I got started.
And what's amazing is you really enjoy the fair, and you even have customers that come back every year. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, I suppose the enjoyment is rooted in the fact that I feel so fortunate that I'm able to do this, and I have people, as you say, that come back year after year and spend a lot of time that are very interested in watching and learning from me.
One of the things about the League is it truly is a group of artisans supporting each other. Can you tell us a little about that experience and the camaraderie of support among the diversity of artists?
Yes. I think I often remind myself that the League is a membership organization. So it is the members that make up the board of directors, that make the policies, that are members of the standards committee that make the standards policy, and are called upon to enforce, you might say, the standards. And by enforce, I mean apply them to new members and even members in the League for a year to make sure that they take seriously the standards, the quality standards that really distinguishes the organization.
One of the great things about this is by coming to the fair, you get to truly experience not just going somewhere and picking an item off of a shelf or seeing something hanging on the wall. You get to realize that the artisan really is a truly human-to-human connection. And you really see that come out of each person, whether they're at your booth or another's. So really, explain what it's like to craft something and bring it to life.
Well, I emphasized in a very kind of methodical way that blacksmithing, and I do consider it blacksmithing, is heating and hammering bars to where they're malleable and into the shape of the final object. So, like other blacksmiths, I have an appliance for heating the iron. In my case, I use a traditional appliance, which is a coal-fired forge.
Nice.
And the shaping is mostly done with hammer blows, while the iron is resting on the anvil to back it up. And in addition to the direct hits with the hammer, there are a variety of tools, like chisels and punches that can impart a shape on the malleable bars. I'm reminded by an important phrase in the standards guidelines that's often emphasized at a lot of League venues, and that is the spirit of the maker. So in a sense, I always approach the work, even work that I've been doing for many years and I'm familiar with, as if it's the first time. And so I'm always learning as I go, never really trying to follow a script, you might say, about how to do something, but always thinking about how it can be made better and differently, and you might say in a more spirited way.
And I think that really shows in your own personal work as we get to see different examples of that. So if you would like to see Garry and many other members of the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen at this year's 92nd Fair, make sure you stop on by. You'll be able to see craft that truly comes from the heart and the hands of New Hampshire craftsmen.